I don't have enough screen space on this little device.
And
I
that's the first thing
know.
that's said on Twitch. No. So hi, I'm Jeanette, and I'm going to be the DM for this game this evening on my Twitch channel. Thanks to everybody who's watching and anybody who pops in later if I put this up on YouTube. So we're gonna be running a game. It's a game that I like. It's from Legendary Games, and it's called The Haunted Hamlet of Raven's Hill. And I've got some players here to join in and play. And so I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And so I'm going to start with the funny looking duck person on the screen. No. So I'm going to start with Cullen. So, Cullen, why don't you introduce yourself and your character for today?
Hello, Cullen. I'm playing, my character is called Crona, and I am a Dragonborn. And basically, I am a very quiet person.
All right. And Casey, why don't you introduce your character?
I am Brielle, or Bri. I am an elf ranger. Well, our town is in the woods, so I'm pretty happy where I am. So, yeah.
And Ian?
Hello, my name is Ian. I'm playing Duston, the descendant of a great earth spirit, maybe. Maybe towards the great. He is a barbarian, and he, in the last 8 years, moved to the area, and he is a barbarian. And he works as a lumberjack.
Okay. And Dylan?
Hi, I'm Dylan. I'm going to play Camparia Culperanius, who goes by Kimmy or Kay or any variation you can think of for short. And she's the daughter of a gnomish tinker and is a druid and likes nature and art and all sorts of stuff.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to get us started. So our adventure today, it takes place in a small hamlet town. It's known as Raven's Hill. And Raven's Hill was a community that was built. It was planned and built a little over 200 years ago by someone who has basically come to be known as the Gentleman through history. No one really remembers his name. He built the town in the to the south of a castle that he had created, and he brought in different tradesmen and farmers and things like that. And for a couple of years, the town, grew into this nice little village. Everyone was happy, and the people would make weekly deposits and deliveries to the castle. And then eventually they went to make a delivery one winter, and the gentleman and everyone in his household had completely disappeared. They searched for him, and a group of villagers even went to the castle trying to figure out what had happened. They also disappeared too. So the people stopped going there, and the hamlet, it struggled for a little while, but it managed to kind of come back and sustain itself. And every once in a while, adventurers would travel through town, and they would hear about this castle, and they would go and they would try to investigate. And none of these adventurers ever found their way back to town. So the people are pretty sure that no one has ever come back who's investigated it. So they now tell everyone to stay away. The castle is taboo. But other than that, Raven's Hill is a nice place to live. There's, throughout the town's history, there's been other situations that have happened, things that have come up. But for the most part, the people are happy and content. Present day, the village is very quiet. There's not a lot of big industries. Farming, lumber, and things like that are the most important. And our small group of friends has grown a little bored with just the everyday run-of-the-mill happenings of the village, and they've decided to take it upon themselves. They want to go out and find some adventure out in the world, and there's some things that they're thinking about checking out. There's been some kobolds from the mountains that have been raiding the farms. On occasion, there's goblins from the forest that come in and try to raid the outlying houses in the village. And this is the morning that you all have gotten together, and it's a little before sunrise, and you're making your way to the local general store. You're going to pick up some last minute supplies, and You're going to go out on the road. You're not sure which direction you're going to head or what you're going to find, but today you think you want to find some adventure. So, in the early morning, the sun is barely peeking over the eastern horizon, and you make your way through the shadows across town. The village around you is waking up. You see some of the town's children, sleepy-eyed, coming out their doors, starting their morning chores, their mothers yelling from the doorways. You see some of the men heading off, doing their work, getting ready for the day. You all notice somewhere, you're not sure where it's coming from. It's very faint. So it sounds like someone's playing a fiddle this morning. It's very light. It's kind of a hauntingly beautiful melody. Almost sad in its own way. And it's nice, but it's kind of mysterious that this would be happening. You've never heard this before. But you kind of shake it off, and you make your way to the general store, where you are greeted by the local grocer and his wife and their daughters who are running about the store. And he says, "Oh, good morning to y'all. What can I do for you today? What are you looking for?"
Good morning, sir. We are setting out on a journey and are here to get some last-minute supplies.
Ah, yes. Where are you off to, Duston?
Wherever the road may take us.
I see. So what you're looking for? Some rations, maybe some rope. Do you need bedrolls, things of that nature?
Now, Jeanette, I have a question for you.
Yes, Ian.
Do we already have the possessions on the character sheet, or are we picking those up now?
You're sort of kind of picking up some of like the generic things that you were gonna get. So like rope or like an explorer pack or a bedroll, like that's your kind of hero. You've got your armor on and your weapons that you were gonna take with you, but you're just getting kind of your last things that you need for the day. So and you all know the owner and manager of this store is Giles Fear. He and his wife Josie. They have their daughters who are kind of scampering around. They kind of run up to you guys and they smile and wave. You know, they recognize you. And
Kimmy uses Druidcraft to give them both flowers.
Little girls, they laugh, and the littlest Erin, she runs over and she gives Kimmy a hug. And she's like, thank you so much. She's like, it's always nice when you come into the store.
Oh, it's always nice to come here. You little girls are such. I love you guys. You're so cute.
We like you too. And we're playing tag. Do you want to play with us?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay, Tag, you're it. And she darts off between the shelves as fast as she can run.
Well, you don't. Run right after him.
So, meanwhile, Giles, the father, who's about middle-aged, he says, so come over this way. We have some supplies in the corner. And he'll walk you from the front of the shop, kind of past a couple racks of goods to where there's rope and there's some bags with backpacks and some belt pouches and things. And he kind of leans against a wall next to this like plate mail armor that's on a statue. And he taps on the plate mail and he's like, anybody need a good set of plate mail? This was my father's.
I don't need such a thing.
He says, you know, my father, he was a adventurer until he settled down here.
No, I don't think I could wear that and move around.
Kimmy runs past while she's looking for the girls and says, it's a little too big for me. All I really need is my sash here. And she lifts up her sash of badges and just sort of puts it back down and runs off again.
He smiles. He says, oh, yes, if she tried to wear it, she would get crushed under the weight of it. It is quite heavy. He looks across at Crona, who's standing quietly, and says, what about you? Do you think you'd do well with a nice set of sturdy plate mail out there?
Cullen.
The strong silent type, I see.
Sorry, I was trying to fix something. Nolan.
It's okay. Your britches will stay up. Just keep the belt a little tighter.
Go on again. My apologies.
Oh, I was just asking about if you wanted some plate mail armor. It used to be my father's.
I mean, if you don't mind.
Pay for it, I'm guessing.
Well,
That's what I'm doing. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm selling it. Do you have the money for plate mail, son?
How much does it cost?
He says, how much do you have?
You gotta lowball it.
I don't know. I don't have much. I haven't really started going out yet.
Well, I mean, seeing as it's used, I'd give it to you for 900 gold pieces.
That's a no.
I don't think I can afford something like that right now.
Oh, well. If you ever can, then, just come on in and we'll get you suited up just right. Maybe I'll give you an even better discount if you bring something to trade. So, as he's telling you guys this, Joycey, his wife, is yelling at Aaron. And she's like, Aaron, no. Hold on, honey. I need you to go down to the basement. I need you to go and there's some jams down there I want you to bring up. And she's like, but Mom, I'm playing tag with Kimmy. And she's like, no, just go down and grab the jams and then you can come back up. It's fine. Just go do your chore real quick, okay? And she's like, oh, fine. Kimmy, I'll be right back. And she goes walking over to the basement door. And her mother's kind of following to make sure that she doesn't drop the jams. Mm-hmm. And she opens the door and she stops. And she kind of turns her head in surprise. And she looks down the stairs and she's like, Grammy? And Joycey's kind of walking along, coming up behind her. And she says, no, dear, you know Grammy and Grampy. They passed on from the fever last winter. She's not in the cellar for you. So you guys kind of turn around at this and you're looking back at her like, what? And the suit of armor moves behind you. And
Lovely.
Giles kind of steps away and looks at it and he's like, what the? And then it moves again a little bit. And the little girl's like, Mom, no, it's really Grammy. Grammy! And she flings the door open wide just as the suit of armor tips forward and clatters on the floor.
Can I try to catch it?
Sure, make me a dexterity acrobatics check.
Okay. Oh no, what happened to my character sheet?
I don't know.
No.
It's very important to have your character sheet.
That tiny little screen.
Athletics? Or no, you said dexterity.
Dexterity acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Ooh, 19.
So you lunge forward and you grab at the suit of armor and you get like your arms right underneath the kind of statue thing that's wearing it and you catch it. So you're kind of down, you're bent kind of down at your knees holding it because you don't want to hurt your back. And you kind of look up to see this shambling form with worms crawling out of its eye sockets moving out from behind it.
Oh, gross.
Oh.
You're pretty sure that
This is not in it.
this must be Grampy. And I'm gonna have you guys roll some initiatives.
Ah. Okay. Let's see.
I got a message.
You got a message?
Yeah, let me try something.
Okay.
It said you wanted to send the results of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token
That's
was
okay.
selected.
You can tell me what you got. Or did it not work at all?
No, I got a 17.
Okay. I'll throw you guys into the turn tracker. All right. And I will.
Oh no, I'm first.
Are you? That's always
I
good.
think so. Oh gee.
So, Brielle got a 6.
Yeah. It sucks.
It's okay. All right.
Well, one of my character traits is I tend to pick up things and fiddle with them, so I'm guessing that's probably what I was doing when all this was going down.
Probably. And Crona got a 15. So from the basement, you hear shuffling footsteps.
Oh no.
And from behind the statue, you guys now see these wrecked and ruined Grammy and Grampy Fear. And Giles has turned around and his mouth is kind of open in shock, and he says, "Papa? Joycey, get the girls! Run!" And Kimmy, you are the quickest to react to this turn of events as this happens.
Yes. Oh boy. I wasn't expecting to be the first person. Darn my nimble reflexes. All right. So as my bonus action, I'm going to summon a magic stone.
Okay.
And I assume I'm like at the top of the stairs. And is the little girl still
She's
on the
about
steps?
she literally pulled the door open and kind of stepped back to open it. So
Okay.
she's like a few feet away from it and like staring open mouth down the stairs at Grammy, starting to realize that Grammy's not okay. And the mother is like lunging forward in this instant, about to like just grab her by the ponytail and pull her away.
Okay. Then I'm going to step in front of her and I'm going to use my sling and fire this magic stone down at Grammy.
Oh, Lord. Poor Grammy.
Yeah. It happens. Let's see. Sling.
Put yourself right in front.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. And magic stone does different damage than the actual sling. So
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to just manually do that.
Sure. Yep, so you'll definitely hit Grammy with your magic stone as you do this.
Okay. Okay.
You 6
Then
points and that's 6 points of damage to Grammy.
Yes.
All right. So Grammy will take 6 points. So you jump in front of Aaron and you fling your stone down the stairs and it hits and you hear Grammy go. She kind of bounces against the wall and hits her head, but she's still coming up the stairs towards you.
I tell Aaron, all right, go along with your mother. We'll handle this, I guess.
What's wrong with Grammy?
Oh, she's fine. Don't worry about it. As I just throw a stone at her.
All right. So Dustin, you're standing here. You've got this statue under your arms, and you see this form lumbering out.
So this is clearly some sort of monstrosity, right?
It definitely looks like that this is not Grampy in his best light.
Okay, so I think I'm going to do something that would normally be against Dustin's natural instinct, but he's just going to immediately reach for his big axe and take a swing at this.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming I'm actually, closer. There we go. Yeah. So I'm going to take a swing, go back to this character sheet, great axe. Ooh, only got a 10.
So you swing with your great axe, and so you kind of just let go. The armor clatters to the ground. There's just ching, 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 ching of the armor. And then you just pull the axe out and swing overhead, and you just glance across its body, and you do damage to it. You do, like, kind of get in just above a shoulder.
Oh, nice. So 5 points of slashing damage.
All right, so Grampy. Let's see. he just kind of looks down where you kind of, and he starts reaching his arms out toward you and lumbering over the fallen pieces of the suit. And he is going to. Do you want to? So you stepped in with your axe, so you could hit him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So he kicks aside part of the armor as Giles kind of like is turning to run after his family, and Grampy is going to attack you. So he slams into you. And he gets a 14 to hit you.
That's not good enough.
So you just kind of slam him aside, and he hits the wall with your like empty hand, like poof, and manage to block the blow. Meanwhile, from the stairs, Grammy lumbers up the stairs, and she is going to grab for Kimmy.
Oh.
And she gets a 4. She rolls a natural 1 and slams down Kimmy.
I'm a little too small for her.
So she actually face plants and is now prone because of missing you with a natural 1. So she falls on her face. All right, then it is Crona's turn. So
I'm not exactly sure how to deal with these kinds of things.
What do you want to do, Crona?
Jeanette, you saw my thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, you have your scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do your. Do you want to do your special? Like you kind of feel that urge to kind of draw your scimitar out of the scabbard, and possibly go after one of these.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you do, you draw it out, and your other hand is close to the blade of the scimitar, and you run the blade across the palm of your hand and cut your palm.
Yep.
And as this happens, the blade starts to sort of drip with blood, and you guys kind of see, like, he cuts himself as he pulls his blade out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the blood, like, sort of starts to lick on the blade like flames. And it starts to swirl around the blade, and the blade starts to darken. And you all hear this voice, and you don't know where it comes from, and it whispers, "Oh, you can't do this without me. See? You know that I'm much more talented than you. Kill that thing. Kill it. Behind the statue." So, you immediately take 1 hit point damage from this cut that you give yourself, Crona.
Yep.
And your hit point maximum is dropped by that 1 hit point until you cancel this effect on your blade.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
I go do the thing. I'm assuming. Alright, so I gotta move here, I'm assuming, because there's a thing on the way there?
You could go, like, right here, because that thing that's in the way actually is now on the floor in pieces.
Okay. And then...
So as he moves, you guys see this shape sort of following behind him. It's kind of indistinct and shadowy. Alright, so you swing with the scimitar, and you just slash across this thing's chest. So you can roll me some damage.
Alright.
Alright.
There we go.
So you guys see he slashes, and Dustin, you have a close view of this. He slashes across its chest, and where the blade licks with these like black iridescent flames, you see it like burn into the creature's chest. And the creature roars. And it kind of flames up around its chest for a second, and then the creature's kind of patting it out a little bit. So he will take some damage.
Wow.
Alright. So, after Crona, so Bri, you see Crona kind of leaps in after hesitating for a minute, and you hear that voice, and now there's like this strange shadow sort of rotating around behind Crona.
Yeah, I'm not liking that. Is this a wall?
It's a shelf. It's just a short, like, little shelf, so you can see this creature kind of
Short
behind it.
shelf. And yeah, because I probably can't see Grammy.
Nope, Grammy is in the staircase. You can kind of see like her hand sticking out where she's like trying to push herself back up because she landed on her face.
So if it's a shelf, I can shoot over it then
Mm-hmm.
with my longbow. A 14 to hit.
So you aim and fire, and you hit Grampy in the side of his head, and the arrow kind of goes into the top of his skull.
7 points of damage.
Right. Grampy's head kind of turns toward Bri. He looks almost offended. And he kind of like starts swatting at the arrow on his head. So, Giles grabs... He just runs. He scoops up Aaron, and he's screaming, Margaret! Margaret! Come on! Get upstairs, girls! And they start bolting for the stairs on the other side of the room. And you hear the girls screaming. And the front door had kind of opened just before the armor fell over. And you hear this old voice like, what the hell's going on? And you just see this whiskered old man kind of stick his head around the shelves. Oh, hell, no. And he just kind of turns and starts heading back for the door as quick as he can. So, then...
Understandable.
Oh, hell no.
So, Kimmy, you have Grammy lying on the floor in front of you.
Well, I have more magic. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick my foot on her head and kick her back down the stairs if I can.
Sure. You can roll me a... do you want to just roll me a strength athletics to just kind of like... And you have advantage because she's prone.
Okay.
And I will... That's pretty good. But Grammy, like, she goes like one step and she kind of holds on as she goes. And she doesn't go all the way down. And she's just kind of hanging on. And she just looks at you. She's like... Meh.
I'm gonna back up a little bit.
She's going to attempt to like swing at you, but she's got disadvantage because she's lying prone on the ground. So she swats at you, and she'll get a 13.
She hits me.
All right, so
Okay.
So you take 6 damage as she bats you with the hand.
Ow. That was not very nice.
All right, so after Dustin, you see Kimmy kind of stumble back from the open doorway, and she has this like just bruising starting like on the side of her cheek where Grammy got her pretty good with the backhand.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, I got a zombie thing in my face, so I'm going to have to deal with that first. I'm going to take another big swing at this Gramps. For 12.
So you swing and you connect right solid in his chest with your axe.
And 9 points of slashing damage.
All right, so Grampy starts to slump on your axe, but
oh
I
no!
have to make
Please
a
don't get
roll.
blood on my axe.
I have to make a roll. So it's a Constitution. It's a DC 5 plus the damage, so 9. So I need to get a 14 or better. I get a natural 20. So as Grampy starts to slump, he sort of like pushes himself up on the axe. And he's like, he looks really upset now. And he swings at Dustin.
Oh, man.
To this attack. He gets a 13 to hit you.
No good.
So you kind of just push the axe a little bit of distance, and Grampy's doing one of those where he's swinging, but he's not. Mm-hmm. He can't reach you at the moment. Grammy is going to get up and then lumber toward Kimmy, who is in trouble.
Oh, thank you.
And she will swing at Kimmy. She gets 11 to hit Kimmy.
Okay.
Kimmy ducks, and Grammy takes out a whole shelf full of items behind Kimmy that go flying. There's like these jams, and there's these a couple of like cans of peas, and a length of rope goes kind of flying into the corner. All right, so Crona, what are you doing?
I guess I'm attacking the thing again.
So Dustin is holding Grampy at bay, and you come at him with your scimitar?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll try to wave him over toward you.
So Dustin moves him right into the line of your scimitar, and you swing and you hit, and you kind of come across his torso. All right, he starts to slump again, and then he's gonna try to stay on his feet. I need a 14 again, guys. Grampy stays on his feet. All right, so Bri, you see.
So I can.
He almost fell down twice, but he's pushed himself back up. He's still there.
Yeah, but I can also see what's going on with Kimmy.
You can.
Now. So the undead are actually a favored enemy. Do I get anything special for that?
That is a good question. Let us double check. So just so everybody in the audience knows, a couple of people are pretty new to 5th edition, so.
I didn't see it saying anything specific about it, one way or the other.
All right, so. Favorite enemy. You have advantage on checks about them. Yeah, so you don't get anything for the attacks.
Okay. Better safe than sorry. Alright, so I'm going to take my longbow to Grammy this time.
Okay.
24 to hit.
You shoot Grammy, and it goes through her throat, and it's kind of sticking out on either side of her throat. You 7 points of damage.
Oh.
She is still standing, but her she kind of turns towards you.
That's okay.
Do you want to stay where you are, Bri?
Well, I think the guys have this handled, so I might actually move a little closer, but staying away from that shadow a bit.
Okay.
Piercing out just a bit.
The shopkeep and his family, you hear their footsteps as they charge up the stairs toward the residence upstairs. And he's like, go, 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 go! Don't look back, girls. It's all right. It's all right. All right. And Kimmy, you are toe-to-toe with Grammy. And Grammy is
I imagine I'm sort of on my hands and knees after swipe. And I'm going to take another magic stone and sort of sling it up towards her chin.
Okay. So you're in within 5 feet of her, so if it's ranged, you have disadvantage.
Yeah. I'm all right with that.
Okay.
Oh.
So you fling it, and it just gets her in the chin. Like, it's just a glance, but it does manage to make contact.
Whew, thank goodness. Minimum damage, but it's fine.
All right. So she is still on her feet. Dustin. Grampy is not giving up this fight.
Dustin is gonna say to Crona, why don't you go help Kim? I think I've got this one under control. And he's gonna take a swing.
Okay.
12.
A 12 will hit.
For 14 points of damage.
All right. So this time you nearly cleave Grampy in half. And it is enough for him to fall over, and like the halves are still connected, but they're kind of like the torso's turned around the wrong way. So he kind of his legs hit the ground first, and then the top part of him falls backward onto the legs.
Fantastic.
You still have movement, Dustin, now that you've taken care of Grampy.
Okay. I'll go over to this other Gram. I think I can move 30 feet.
Yes.
Is there a way for me to get in between Graham and Kay?
There is not. She's kind of got Kimmy pressed up against the shelves at this moment. Like, she's just right in there, like, looming over Kimmy.
Okay. Well, then I'll just move on over. Let's see how far that is. Yeah, I can get right there.
Okay.
So I'll just get up right here. Oh, wait, can I move right here?
You can.
All right, I'll move right there.
Okay.
Flanking.
So in this, what you'll get is you get advantage on the attack if you can get in a flank position.
Hot diggity damn.
All right, so you come in and you draw Grammy's attention as you come behind her, and she just sort of swings around with both hands and tries to just slam into you.
Okay.
She gets a 16 to hit you.
Oh, that does it.
Oh.
For 6 points of bludgeoning damage. You're pretty
hurts.
sure that in life, Grammy had one hell of a backhand when the kids pissed her off.
Yeah. She should play tennis.
All right, so she swats Dustin, just boom, a glancing blow. And Crona, it is your turn. You all hear, oh look, the big one's gonna take all the luck today. You're just not any good at this. Maybe you should sit this one out. I could do better. What do you want to do, Crona?
I'm gonna respond to that and say, but he told me to go help that person.
You didn't do much, though. Maybe you should try again. Go see if you can kill something.
Okay. And I'm gonna do an attack again.
You hit with your attack as you run in with your scimitar, but you hear, oh, you almost missed that time. Alright, so you did 9 points of damage. So we're going to see if Grammy stays on her feet this time.
Is this another 14? Is that what we're looking for?
Yes. Grammy does not fall. She stays there. And the voice says again, you guys all
Those
hear this
natural
voice.
20s.
It says,
It's ridiculous.
oh, you couldn't even knock her down. She's some old woman.
I don't like this shadow.
I don't like the shadow either.
And then it's
I think the
Bree's
shadow's
turn.
getting it next.
Yes.
So Bree, what do you
Don't
want
make
to
fun
do?
of me. It's mean.
Trying to. I always forget how shooting into combat works.
In this, it's different. You can just shoot. You can go behind because you don't. Crona would be in your way, so you could move so that you have a clear shot, so it wouldn't get cover from Crona.
Okay. Because all the shelves in the shop are short.
Yeah, there. You could actually kind of acrobatics over them if you needed to at some point.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to take that risk right now. Alright, I'm going to shoot at Grammy. 16 to hit.
Does hit, and Grammy's kind of wobbles again, and Grammy collapses next to Kimmy.
Nice.
Stops moving. You just see her face kind of twisted up looking at you with this leering grin. And you hear upstairs on the from above, you hear the running footsteps of the family. It sounds like they're running across the residence upstairs. So, suddenly the store is very quiet. These two just lie here. And you guys hear the shadow voice say again, oh, look at that. She had to save you too. What are we ever gonna do? You should just let me handle things.
I wasn't even being attacked. What do you mean save me?
I really dislike the unnatural nature of this shadow.
Jeanette,
Yes.
is there a handkerchief around?
Give me just a perception check.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Perception. You got an 8.
I mean, it's a shop we've been in before.
It is, but Grammy just sort of tossed the shelf with the stuff. You managed to find, instead of a handkerchief, you find a small hand towel.
Okay, I start cleaning off my axe.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of looking around, Crona, do you keep your weapon burning or do you extinguish the flame?
That's a good question. I guess if there's nothing else to fight, I guess I could extinguish it.
Okay. So when the flame goes out, the shadow disappears.
Okay, good.
And the blade goes back to normal.
And how do I go about retrieving my arrows? I know that you haven't made me roll for that in Pathfinder in a very long time.
You can kind of poke around. Actually, nobody's around, and there's like a couple quivers of arrows over there if you really needed some more too.
Well, I'm not gonna steal.
What?
Yeah, no, looking around, you think you can recover...
Okay?
Right.
You think you can recover all your arrows in this sense, because they didn't go very far and they didn't take a lot of damage.
Okay.
So you guys look around and you've got these two dead bodies. You recognize them. I mean, these are the parents of the storekeep. You knew them. There was a fever that went through town last winter, and they unfortunately didn't make it.
Did I have the fever?
You did not. It really only hit the very old and the very young, or those like very very frail in the immunity system.
Okay. Dustin will say to Crona, I don't think that Shadow and you have a healthy relationship. Should probably break up. It seems kind of mean.
And then you guys, you hear a commotion coming from outside the front of the store, and you hear muffled yells coming from the town square.
More shit came back to life.
Oh no. Let's go check it out.
And just as Dustin starts to walk toward the front door, you hear from the floor above, "Ah! Ah! Help!" And you realize that the shopkeeper and his family may yet be in danger. What do you want to do?
Well, Kimmy's gonna like grab a blanket or something off the shelf and throw it over Grammy, and then head for the stairs if she can.
Okay. So Kimmy
I'm going with
the stairs. Bri follows her.
Do we want to split the party? No, just kidding.
Do you?
I will also go up the stairs.
Okay.
All right, so you guys all run for the stairs. What do you do?
Are there any healing potions on these shelves?
Give me a perception check as you run through.
Because if there's one, I'm definitely grabbing it. Just like,
Kimmy
19.
probably can use one too.
19. You actually notice as you run through, there are two small vials with this glowing, like red liquid with little golden motes in it, and you know that those are healing potions.
Okay, I swipe them both, and I say, sorry, shopkeep, but we need these. And I pass one to Kim.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
And then I don't think anyone else is hurt super bad yet, so I'll just hang on to the other one.
Okay.
In case.
I'm gonna down it as we go up the stairs.
All right.
I'm in very much need of help.
So that's 2d4
Got what it's like
plus
being a
2
level 1 character.
of healing.
Right.
If you would like to roll.
Very squishy.
You're very squishy.
Not bad.
Okay.
I think that takes me back to max health. So there we go.
Nice. All right, so you guys run for the stairs. You do hear this commotion starting outside in the courtyard of the town, but the screams from upstairs are getting louder. So you guys bolt upstairs and you come into a hallway at the top of the stairs, and there's a door at the other end. And Kimmy, you've hung out with the girls before. You've kind of taken care of them occasionally for the shopkeeper, so you know that the door leads into like the kitchen area. And it can go to the bedrooms. So you're not really sure where in the residence the family has gone to or what they've run into at this point. So where do you want to go?
I suppose we'll head for the door and just peek around as best I can.
Okay, so Kimmy runs for the door. It is closed, but it's not locked.
Okay, I'll just open it.
Right.
Throw it open, actually.
All right, throw the door open. It slams against the wall, and it's a little bit dim in here. Like, it looks like they hadn't even really gotten the curtains open this morning yet. The sun was still coming up when you guys came in. And you kind of dash into the kitchen area. You can see the table's still kind of got a couple settings from breakfast. It hasn't been completely cleaned up. And you hear, coming from down the hallway where the bedrooms are, you hear another scream, "No, get away from Daddy!"
Oh no. Okay, I'll head that way as long as everybody else is following me.
Are you all
I'm very
following
scared.
Kimmy?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to listen for the screams and try to get that way.
All right. So make me a perception check, everyone, to figure out where exactly the screaming is coming from.
Well, 21. Natural 20.
All right. All of you realize that the
Figured it
screams
out.
are coming from the far end of the hallway, probably the
Place.
master bedroom.
Okay. And Kimmy's gonna sprint down there and open the door.
All right. So when Kimmy opens the door,
Are we in initiative or no?
we are going to roll initiative.
Can we all line up in this hallway following
Sure.
Kimmy? Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, you need another initiative, right?
I do.
Uh-oh. That wasn't as good.
And you're first this time.
Ah. 6.
All right. Let's see. Kimmy, wow. You go from the highest to one of the lower ones, huh?
Yeah, you know.
There's like a whole flip going on.
All right. So, Kimmy, you throw open the door, and you see Giles. He's kind of facing toward the bed in the room, with Joycey behind him, and the girls are kind of back in the corner. You can't see two of the girls, but you hear them. It sounds like they pushed them into the closet and shut the door. And there, as you kind of look around, it's very dark in here. It's just dim light, and it looks like something is moving along the bed toward Giles, but it's just this shadowy figure going toward him.
Oh.
And as you throw open the door, it turns its attention back toward you. And this creature...
I wave.
So, it sort of swings around, and it's like just pure shadow. And it is going to just kind of reach out and like try to grab hold of you.
Ooh.
And it gets a 16.
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
All right, so you are going to take
Oh no.
12 points of necrotic damage.
Well, I'm down.
So Kimmy falls unconscious as this happens in the doorway. And at the same touch, you also take
Oh boy.
2 points of strength damage. So your strength
Oh,
is reduced
no.
by 2
Are you
as
gonna
you collapse.
roll from the first session?
Huh? Maybe. All right.
Yes.
Could happen.
So Kimmy collapses and is like lying slumped against the wall right in front of Duston. Crona, you are the quickest to respond to Kimmy collapsing. What do you want to do?
I don't know how to deal with something that's scary.
You hear,
Roll the shadow thing.
"That's because you're weak. Don't be weak. Let me deal with it. It looks like it's my kind."
God.
What do you do, Crona?
So I have to put the do I have to do the thing again to?
Yep, you would. Your hit points would have gone back up last time. So if you do it
Okay,
again,
so I can just leave it. I can just leave it at what I put it there
Yep.
then because I forgot to put it back up.
Okay.
Okay, and then I guess I move forward.
So you leap through the door, and you guys, as he moves past, you see the shadow elongate behind him, and it kind of like hovers over where Kimmy's lying. And it says, "I don't think you're strong enough to kill it. But try. And you feel like this sort of smack on the back of your head, like somebody's just clobbering you a couple times on the head.
Stop it!
So you can attack if you want to.
Alrighty.
So you swing into this shadow creature, and you do in fact hit. All right. So you notice when you do hit that it seems like the magical flames that lick across your blade just sort of dissolve across it and don't injure it at all. But it does take some damage from the blade itself. And its attention is completely focused on you and the shadow that floats about behind you. The girls scream as the shadow on you moves behind you. And they're like, "Ah, there's another one!" And they duck deeper into the corner. And then it is Bri's turn. So Crona has leaped into the room and is in combat with something, Bri, that you really... It looks like just moving shadow is attacking him.
Well, I probably can't see that.
Yeah, you just saw when it swooshed out at Kimmy, but then it pulled away.
Well, I'm probably gonna go into the room
Okay.
and probably stand somewhere over here to help protect the family.
So if you move past them, like if you move out of its reach, it's going to try to swing at you as you go.
It is.
You could try to get in next to the space here.
Yeah, but that's scary too.
Do you want to take the attack of opportunity?
No,
Okay.
I'll do that. Next to this awful shadow creature. So I'll have to use my short sword.
Yeah, because you have two short swords, so you unsheath one and go at it with your short sword.
Yeah, but I mislabeled it and wrote short bow instead on accident. I'm writing my macros.
Nice.
So I'll fix it in a minute. 12 to hit.
So you do hit it, but it seems like you almost miss. But you do kind of slash into it. But you notice that because it's kind of almost not corporeal, it's not as hurt as it would be if it was like a living creature.
Okay, so it doesn't take full. Okay.
Yeah, so it's got some resistance.
That's fine, as long as we can actually hit it.
So Dustin, this Kimmy is lying on the ground in front of you, just slumped there, not moving.
So I want to do two things, and you can tell me if I can do it. I want to put Kimmy on the other side of me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to put the potion, I want to make her drink the other potion.
And you want to what with the potion?
Like, make her drink it.
Yeah, so I'll let you kind of like sort of pick her up, and as you move her, like feed her the potion.
Yeah.
All right, so as you're feeding her the potion, you can roll 2d4 plus 2 for healing.
2d4 plus 2. 9 points.
9 hit points back, Kimmy. So Kimmy's eyes kind of come open in surprise. And you see Dustin just kind of leaning over you.
What happened?
I don't know, but there's a shadow.
Oh, that's right.
Bean.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So now that you're awake, Kimmy, you're lying prone on the floor, kind of against the wall. What do you want to do?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I need to double check something quick. Can I see the shadow from where I'm standing? Or
you don't
sitting?
have a clear line. It's got some cover from the door because it's around the corner.
Okay. Oh, well, actually, I don't need to see the thing. All right. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire in the direction of the room.
Okay.
So each object in a 20-foot cube is outlined by pink light. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined if it fails a dexterity saving throw. So.
Okay. So, everybody like around the shadow has to make a dexterity saving throw. What is your spell DC?
Let me double check.
Does this include me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pink.
Is a 13.
So Dustin is glowing very beautifully. Crona has to make it. Bri has to make
Dex?
it. Giles fails it, so he is glowing.
Do I just click the dexterity, my dexterity thing? Or?
You can click dexterity save.
I don't see that on my. I'm looking for it on my sheet. I'm not used to these sheets.
So it's
to the
it says
right
saving
of
throws.
your. It's
What?
just to the right of your ability scores.
The top left.
I can't keep up with it.
So right where your normal like strength
yeah, I
and
see it.
dexterity is, there's a second list that says saving throws.
Oh, okay. It's a saving throws underneath, so that's
Yeah.
why I was confused. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
Not pink. I was kind of excited. Were you glowing?
so Bri is not. What was the save DC again?
13.
So Crona is also glowing in color, and the shadow says, "Don't you look beautiful? Oh, you're so pretty. See, this is a good look for you. It reflects what's on the inside."
That's supposed to mean.
Dustin says, "We're all so pretty and witty."
And fine.
The shadow sort of like swirls, and you almost get the sense, Dustin, it looks at you, not the one that's on Crona. It kind of looks at you and it says, "You're the brains, then, aren't you?"
I give him a big thumbs up. Definitely.
All right. So after Kimmy lights everybody up with some glow, actually, let's see. Did the shadow make it? Let's find out.
It's going to be a problem if it does.
All right.
Oh my
The
goodness.
shadow is not glowing,
Oh no.
but everybody else is glowing, except for Bri.
Oh no. I might have just killed us all.
Yeah, because it gets advantage, right?
Yes.
That's excellent. All right.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't get advantage on me.
No, so
true.
the shadow is going to attack Crona at this point. So it's
Lovely.
swings out to attack Crona,
Oh.
and it gets a 19 to hit you, Crona.
Ow.
You'll take 9 points of necrotic damage,
Ow.
and your strength score will go down by 1 point. So your strength drops by 1 as you feel weakness kind of take you a little bit. And then it is your turn, Crona, and you hear, "Oh, don't complain. Are you too weak now to hold the sword in your hand? Don't tell me you can't hit something now. Come on, boy."
Yeah, let me take the ball. No, let me take the ball.
Alrighty, well, I don't like that it hit me.
Go right here.
Giles just quickly disengages away from it, like, nope. What are you gonna do, Crona? Don't forget, as a Dragonborn, you have another ability. Oh wait, but you did notice that the fire didn't really hurt it, so you probably wouldn't do that right now.
Yeah.
Also, we're in a house. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Well, let's not do that. No fire right now.
I don't suppose I have any healing things on me, do I?
You do not.
I don't see any, so I figured no.
Now, you can take the disengage action, which means you move away from the creature that's threatening you, and it can't attack you this turn.
I guess I do that.
Where do you want to go? You can move past your friends and go back down the hallway. You could duck back into the corner with the girls. You could go to the other side of the bed. Where would you want to go?
I guess I'll go back into the hall.
All right, so Crona quickly ducks down the hallway, And you hear as you go, run away, run away. Oh, we're running now, are we? Oh, yes, you do this so much better than anything else.
Wow, this shadow is mean.
And then it is Bri's turn.
Well, I'm gonna take my short sword to the damn shadow again since I'm the only one here who can really do much. 23 to hit.
You hit the shadow creature.
5 points.
Some of it swirls away a little bit. It seems like it's becoming less viable, but it's still there. Dustin, what do you do?
I'm going to step into the room. I'm going to say, I don't know if I can hit this with an axe, but I'm going to try.
I can hit it with a sword, so.
And I'm going to take a big swing.
Chances are good.
19.
Ooh.
So your axe goes through the shadow. Roll some damage.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. You bring your axe down through the center of the shadow, and like half of it seems to disappear, but there's still the other half of it that coalesces back and isn't completely gone.
Oh, this is a mean shadow.
All right. Kimmy, what do you do?
I'm going to sort of move around Dustin over to here.
Okay.
And I still have one magic stone left, so I'm going to try and throw it at the shadow.
All right, so you have disadvantage. I like to think as tall as Dustin is, you just sort of slide under his legs.
Yes, so that
and just swing upward at the shadow.
That hit? Oh.
The shadow swooshes away from it, and it clatters off the wall, and you see the stone just roll harmlessly under the bed.
You big meanie.
The shadow turns its attention to Dustin, who just looms above everything. He even had to kind of duck underneath the door frame to come in here, and his head nearly touches the ceiling of the room, and it flashes out at Dustin. It gets an 11 to hit Dustin.
So is this just against my regular AC?
Yes.
Then no.
All right, so you manage to move aside as the shadow pushes like its reach out and misses and coalesces back. And then it is Crona. You're in the hallway and you hear, oh look, they're going to save us again. Yes, the little one even ran in under the big one's legs. Do you see? And she's not all that good in a fight.
I still haven't earned my merit badge for fights. To be fair.
But still, she's in the fight.
That's true.
Oh my god!
The thing is too tough for me. I don't know how to deal with it.
You stab it till it dies. Or you stand there and let it kill you. I'm okay with either at the moment.
I really hate this shadow. I hate this shadow more than the shadow that's attacking us.
Crona, do you just stay in the hallway?
I don't exactly have a lot of room to go in there right now.
All right, so Crona just sort of hangs back. And then it is Bri's turn.
Alright, well. The short sword seems to be doing something, so. Oh, 12.
You just hit with your sword.
Woo!
And as you do, the shadow dissipates away into nothing. And it's gone. And
I pat Bri's leg and I say, "Good job."
Thanks.
Joycey's like, "Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh, girls, it's okay. It's okay now. It's all right. Everything's okay. Oh my god, what happened? What's going on? Why is this happening?"
I say, shush now. Stay in this room and be safe. And I go over to the window and I look outside and see if there's like stuff go? Because they were screaming outside earlier, right?
There was. So you look out the window. So you pull back the curtains and the sunlight shines in. And you're looking out behind the general store. And there's kind of a little like farm plot back there. And there's a few other houses and stuff beyond. And you can see like kind of lumbering along. You see other like lumbering forms. With shifting gait moving through the street and through the alleys. And you see some of the townspeople like running. You see like people pulling shutters shut, and you can see one man kind of like toe to toe with one of these things, hitting it over the head with a frying pan.
I like that guy.
Okay.
You can still hear more yelling coming from the front of the building out in the town square.
Okay.
I turn to my friends. I say, as much as I'd like to sit down and rest, I think we have to go out and deal with this. I clump.
Agreed.
I think so too.
Let's go.
I hope my dad's all right.
Me too. Go. I go downstairs.
All right, so you guys run back downstairs, and you head to the doors.
Before Kimmy goes, she pulls some blank badges out of her pocket and quickly draws a little like black figure on them, and she gives them all to the girls, and she says, "You all earned your shadow play merit badges today. Just be good with your parents and hide and be safe, okay?"
And they're like, "Oh, thank you. Okay, all right. Don't get hurt, okay? If you get in trouble, let the big guy stand in front of you." Okay.
I always do.
Okay.
I love you guys. And I run downstairs.
Kimmy. And you can hear them, "Be okay. Don't get hurt, Kimmy." All right. How long does your fairy fire last on these guys?
Oh boy. I believe it's concentration actually.
Okay.
It is. It's concentration up to a minute.
Nice. All right. So you guys bolt down the stairs and you run to the double doors that sit at the front of the shop and throw them open to see what's going on in the courtyard. When you do, you can see that it looks like all hell has broken loose out in the courtyard of the town. You see there are a handful of townsfolk that look like they have fallen to these creatures. In the building opposite the general store, you can see up in the second story window, kind of like just the top part of his face, like his nose and his eyes and like his funny hat. The local like money collector, he deals with all the like loaning and banking and things in town. He's a bit of a shrewd man, not well liked. He's kind of hiding up there, and around his shop there are 7 well-armed men in armor with weapons, and they're trying to finishing off a handful of these zombies. They've already killed maybe 4 or 5 of them at this point. And he's like just kind of yelling encouragement from the window, like, "Yes, get him! Don't let him in the building! Yes, you kill him and you kill him!" And as you guys kind of step out and are assessing this, you hear the sound of a dog barking off to your right, and you hear children screaming, "No, don't go after him, Rex! Rex, get off of him! Help us!"
Happy.
And that's over here.
Yeah,
To the
that's
right.
off and to the right. Yep.
I like animals more than I like most humans, so I want to go over there.
All right.
I also like animals and little kids more than most humans. So I'll probably go with Bri.
Okay, so you guys kind of bolt from in front of the store. And
I don't care about the dude with the 7 guards.
He kind of watches.
Are these little things all zombies?
When you run around the corner, so what you see is you see a dog kind of barking at these small hands. They're just clawed hands with no other pieces of body attached, and they're kind of skittering across the ground and like flinging themselves at the dog, who is like trying to fight them off. And the children are trying to save the dog. Like one little boy has a stick and he's swatting them and trying to get them away, but they look like they're about to be overwhelmed by these creatures. So you guys want to roll some initiatives to get into the fray and see if you can save the children?
Sure.
I think you mean definitely save the children.
I just want to start stomping these stupid little hands. What? Oh.
Nice! 18.
Jeanette, did you see my roll?
You got a...
Did you see it?
Is it a natural? What is that?
No, because it says I have a little error message above it that said you wanted to send a result of this roll, but
Oh yeah, I see it. But it's
Okay.
5.
yeah, I just shitty roll.
It happens.
Yeah, I got a 1.
Oh well. All right, so 5.
Yeah.
Dustin got
We've
an
done 3
18.
initiatives. 2 of mine have been under 10. And I have a +4.
Really not making great use of that 18 dex or whatever.
And what did Corona get?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my bad. I thought I did it already. I guess I didn't.
Still can't believe I rolled that when we were rolling the characters.
No, don't leave. Why?
Nice, a 20.
I got another shadow?
Hmm?
Okay, no, just a scrolling hand.
There we go.
So, so you guys see these just hands, and they're like, they run really fast, and they like seem to be able to fling themselves pretty good distance. It seems like the dog has only very barely been able to keep them off. And Kimmy, you are the fastest to kind of take in this situation at the moment.
Ooh, difficult one.
Just go stop stomping my hands.
I think Kimmy's gonna use Entangle.
Oh boy.
And she's gonna position it in such a way that it catches the 2 that are in front of the dog,
Okay.
like sort of right across from us. And they have to make strength saving throws or they are restrained.
All right. So strength saving throws. So the first one is going to get a
No,
13, and the second one only gets a 6.
Okay. One of them succeeds, one of them fails.
All right. So this
One
one.
we don't have to deal with right away.
And how long does that last?
Concentration up to a minute.
All right.
And they can use their action to make a strength check on their turn to see if they can break free.
Okay. Sounds good. So, after Kimmy, do you want to stay where you are, Kimmy, or reposition yourself in this mess?
Can I run around this building north of us and try and get around towards the kids?
You could. Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
you've been to the gazebo before. You know that you can get to it from behind the building.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to here, I believe.
All right, so Kimmy dashes alongside the building and is running behind it. The kids look over as you're coming, and they're like, "Help! Quick! They're gonna get our dog!" All right, so after Kimmy is Crona. Crona, so you didn't even have time to extinguish your blade. In fact, your shadow sort of just followed you the whole way down the stairs, and it was just, oh, maybe I need to step in now. Don't you think? Don't you think that you've done too little to help at all? And it starts to coalesce and take a more solid form behind you. It kind of slams you on the back. Why don't you show me what you can do? What do you do, Crona?
I guess I go try to kill something. This is the closest one, I guess.
Oh, do you back? So what you see actually, Cullen, so that you know, the guards are fighting with that zombie. The kids and the dog are all over here by the gazebo.
Yeah.
And they're getting swarmed by these little tiny, weird, creepy hands. So you can go out. You could go after that zombie, or you can go after the creepy hands. Whatever you want to do.
I'll just go kill the zombie right here.
Okay. So Crona turns around and runs toward the zombie that's over on the side. So you swing your scimitar and you just slash it across its back because it wasn't expecting you. 8 points of damage. Kind of groans in pain. And the guards are like, ah, good. And you see from the window, Altu, the money collector, kind of leans out and he goes, oh, yes, yes, you can help my guards. If you stay and protect my building, I'll pay each of you 50 gold for the day. So, after Crona is Dustin. And you hear Dustin as you're deciding what to do, that shadowy voice say, oh yes, let the children just get devoured. We'll handle this. This is scarier.
Jeanette.
Yes.
What would be the action to try to intimidate this moneylender?
That would be... Oop. You can give me...
I'll tell you what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about trying to tell him that he needs to send his guards out to help deal with the zombies instead of just protecting his building. I was thinking I could intimidate him into making his guards doing that.
What are you going to do to intimidate him? Like, what are you going to do to scare him into doing
point my
this?
finger and wag at him and tell him if he doesn't send his guards out, I'm going to have words with him later.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Okay.
I'm going to tell your mother, young man.
Natural 2 natural 20s.
Holy crap.
Yay, we have backup!
He ducks down for a minute and he pokes his head back up and he's like, I paid them to protect me, but, those things could get in here too. I guess I can spare half of them to help.
Very nice.
I give him a side eye, like it's not enough, but I'll leave him. That's fine.
And then now all you can see is like the top of his head and maybe just a little bit of his eyes as he's kind of lowered himself even lower in the window.
So can I still do something else, or is that...
You can move, but that's kind of your action, was to turn and like yell at him.
I'm gonna move towards these. So where's is the entanglement still going on, or is that like...
Yeah, this one hand over here is entangled.
Okay,
currently.
So I'm gonna move up right here.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna rage.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
What does it look like when you rage?
So I get pretty mad, and I have pretty big muscles, definitely muscly dude, and the veins start bulging. But if you look closely at Dustin, you see these like fine hairs, like arm hair. That's normally like a dark red, and some are dark blue, but they actually lay flat against his skin, and it gives him a purplish hue. And it's actually hard gemstone, so it protects him when it lays flat like that against some damage.
That's cool.
So you guys see Dustin starting to get angry. Bri, what are you going to do?
I'm going to move up to this creepy hand and use my short sword on it.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't hit it.
All right, so you swing, and it's like your sword hits the dirt where it just was, and you're like, what the? And you look, and it's like 2 feet to your right. It just skittered aside quickly. And then the hands will move. All right, so the hand that is at Dustin's feet in that moment, it just starts at your leg and just scuttles up, and it is going to attempt to grab you by the throat as it does this.
Gosh.
So, but it attempts to grab, and you're so angry, you just swat it back down to the ground, and it does not get a grip on you. So, the one next to Bri will do the same thing and attempt to scuttle up her leg. This one gets a 21 to grab hold of Bri by the throat. So it grabs you and it squeezes, and you immediately feel your airway kind of constrict. And you will take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as it starts to crush your windpipe. And now it's holding on to you, so it's like got you grappled by the throat, and you're like, you can't even talk at this point. This one is going to use its action to try to break free from the entangle, so it will make a strength check. And it's wiggling in there and wiggling, and it kind of tips over on the back of the hand, palm up, and its fingers are going, and it can't get out. So this one over here,
It's like a turtle.
it is kind of like a turtle. This one will go past the dog and also leap up and try, as the one that fell off of Dustin falls, this one comes up and tries to grab hold of you, Dustin.
Okay.
24.
Against what?
Your AC.
Yeah, that does do it.
Alright, so it grabs you by the throat and it squeezes down. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, but you're raging.
So
you
half.
take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
At least.
But it is holding on to you by the throat at this point.
Okay.
Alright, so once they do that, he can't get away. It is then, and actually the dog is going to attempt to bite as the hand goes past. The dog actually bites. Oops, that's a shadow. And it does 4 points of damage to the hand that's gutted by it. Alright, so it is Kimmy's turn. So Kimmy, you're running around the building. You see the kids. They're kind of torn between what to do. And they're like, Rex, run! And it looks like they're gonna bolt this turn.
Is that strength drain that the shadow did to me still in effect?
Yeah, you still feel like
Okay.
you're weakened by that. So does Crona. Crona took 1 point of strength damage.
Oh, jeez. That's not good.
Yeah, you think you need to rest a little bit to kind of recover from that attack.
Okay. I'm going to move up towards the kids. And I'm going to use Thorn Whip on the hand around Destin's throat and try and whip it off.
Okay.
Oh, let's hope this strength thing doesn't mess me up too bad.
A 14 versus its AC.
Uh-huh.
Yep, so the Thorn Whip whips it.
Oh, sweet. All right. Then it's going to take some piercing damage.
Woohoo.
Okay. So Kimmy picks up like one of the flowers off the ground that has some thorns on it and just sort of whoosh, it extends in her hand and she whips it around. It hits the claw and she pulls it off towards her.
Okay. So it comes to about there.
Can I pull it like in front of me so it's not near the kids?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, and when you do that, it looks like it hurts it very bad. I'm going to make a roll, but the hand is not destroyed.
It's freaking undead.
All right, anything else, Kimmy?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Crona, you are standing toe-to-toe with this zombie.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna kill it.
All right, so you swing and hit the zombie that's in front of you.
Yep.
You do 11 points of damage.
Dang.
The zombie is, you kind of sever, like, one of its arms, but it's still alive, and you see the arm kind of start pulling itself toward you across the ground.
Really?
And you hear, oh, look, you can't even kill the arm. It's still moving. Dustin. You are no longer being choked by a disembodied hand.
Yeah, that's fair. He's kind of in a blind rage, I think. So he's just gonna big target right in front of him. He's just gonna take a swing at that thing. So we'll roll that. 13.
A 13 will just hit the hand. It almost gets out of the way.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna roll damage. Is there a way to? No. So it's actually 8 points of damage.
Okay, because of
I'm
your
raging.
rage. I can add that later.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so let's see. 8 plus... The hand is still moving.
These things are ridiculous.
They really are.
The dog and the kids run for it at this point, so they bolt up the road as fast as they can. And then it is Bri's turn.
What do I have to do to get this thing off of me?
All right, so to get this thing off, you need to use, let's see. Use your action to just grab it and throw it off. Like, so it takes, kind of force it off and get rid of it. But then you won't be able to attack this turn.
That's fine. What do I have to roll?
Nothing. You just take your action to just detach it and toss it to the ground.
Totally okay with that.
All right, so it can breathe again as it drops to the ground. It kind of drops with the palm up, and it flips over onto the fingers, looking like it's ready to scramble
Just
back at you.
an Addams family right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, meanwhile, the guards are going to attempt to... the one standing toe-to-toe with the zombie will attempt to help Crona take care of it. So he will attack with his spear. And he hits the zombie, doing 4 points of piercing damage to the zombie. Let's see. And the zombie will roll. The zombie is destroyed. Zombie falls down dead. And you see the moneylender. You're like, woohoo! Yes! Oh, and ducks back down, looking for Duston as he does. And meanwhile, 2 of the other guards will start running toward where all of this is going on. So they're running to help because he says, "Go help! I don't want the big man to come be pissed off at me later. Go help them." All right, so then it is going to be the clawing hand's turn. So the one that you threw down onto the ground is going to attempt to run up and choke you again, Bri.
Of course it is.
Gets an 18 to do so.
Yep.
2 points of bludgeoning damage as it once again pinches off your airway and is holding on. The one that is grappled will try to get away from the entanglement and gets a 20, so he breaks free this turn. And flips back over on his fingers and looks like he's ready for action next time. Then, versus Kimmy. An 18. 5 points of bludgeoning damage. So it leaps up, and it doesn't have to go very far. It literally leaps from the ground right to Kimmy's neck and grabs hold.
It's probably like as big as my face.
Mm-hmm. And Dustin, you see this one jumping up at you, and you just kind of swat it down like you're playing that slap game, and it lands on the ground again, unable to get a grip on your neck this time. So, Kimmy, what do you want to do?
Well, I have a hand on my neck.
You do.
Can I use produce flame and sort of touch the flame to the hand on my throat?
Let's double check.
It's so cool.
I would say yes.
Okay.
Because you just bring it to light in your hand and just...
All right. Excellent.
All right.
9 to hit.
9 to hit the hand. Let's see. That will miss the hand. So it just sort of like is hanging on, and you go to grab for it, and it kind of like wraps around the back of your neck. You kind of scorched the front of your like shirt a little bit there.
Not your sash.
Yeah, not my sash. Oh.
All right, so Crona,
I mean,
you have killed the zombie in front of the moneylender's shop. You can see looks like there's a few more zombies wandering down the street. You look behind the buildings, and you can see some coming through the rows of like the garden behind the general store. And your friends are currently dealing with these little dismembered hands that are continuously attacking them. What do you want to do? Do you want to just roll up in a ball and cry? Do you? You do, don't you?
I have beer in my mouth. I was gonna spit it out of my can.
What's wrong with you? Why do you keep making fun of me?
Because you're not doing anything useful. Nothing.
I just killed one. What do you mean?
No, I think the other guy did it.
Arguing with a shadow.
I think those little hands may be more up your alley. They're smaller, less dangerous. You should try one of those. You know, baby steps.
I'm not a kid.
Prove it. What do you do, Crona?
Let's see. I got them. I might as well. No one.
The little children in the square making noise.
That Foley work is very good.
I guess I'll do it.
Oh, look who put his big boy pants on! You charge toward the other zombie, and you hit it! How much damage do you do?
Whoa. Nice.
Cleave into its chest, and it's like the tattered parts of clothing that it has on start to flame up around it from the flame on your blade.
Great, now we have flaming zombies.
They're the best kind.
Mhm.
All right, so where's he go? He goes before the hand because now he's in this. All right, so after Crona attacks it, and you hear, "Oh, you couldn't even fell it in one blow. It's gonna take more than one, as always." Then it is Dustin.
I'm just gonna take a big swing at this guy in front of me. It's really annoying me. Oh no, what happened? Oh, there it is. Let's see, a 12.
A 12 will miss the hand.
Oh my
It
gosh.
skitters sideways out of the way. Just like you come down, and it's like that knife game where you like are going between the fingers. Your blade goes right in between two of the fingers as it stops. And it kind of flips over and just points one digit up at you from the flipped over position.
Say, what digit, Jeanette?
Oh, you know what digit.
Generals
the
don't
middle
count
digit.
as, strength checks, right? So I don't get advantage.
No.
The rage? Okay. I didn't think
All
so.
right. So, that was Dustin. So, Bri, what do you want to do? So you see Dustin
Pull the thing
miss.
off my neck.
All right. So you grab hold of the thing on your neck and toss it to the ground again.
Can I stomp on it
Right
this
back
time?
up.
Oh, that you use your action to toss it away. So it kind of lands a little away, and then it starts skittering toward you again, like.
But I can't do much if I'm choking to death, so I've got to try to get it off again.
It's true. Meanwhile, Crona, the zombie that you attacked, throws its fists at you. And it gets a 10 to hit you, which you manage to just kind of, it glances off the scale mail that you're wearing, but it doesn't do any damage. You just kind of feel the impact a little bit. And then from behind, you kind of get shoved into it, and it's like, come on, Nancy boy, go get it! And then it is the Clawing Hand's turn. All right, so Kimmy, is one on your neck, or did you throw it down?
No, it's still up there.
All right,
Neck.
so it just squeezes. It doesn't like it's already holding. It just squeezes your neck.
Oh no! Okay, I'm down again. Oh boy.
All right. So Kimmy drops again. And then the one in front of Dustin will try to attack him. And hits him for 4 bludgeoning damage.
2 bludgeoning damage.
2 bludgeoning damage. And is holding on to you by the neck. This one is going to scuttle toward the guard. So it will attack the guard. And I believe that just hits the guard. It does. So the guard is going to take some damage. So he will take 4 points. And he is also being choked now by this creature. And he's like... And then Bri, the one that you threw down, runs at you again. And this time it's running toward you and it just sort of flies toward you like... It is trying to grab you.
Oh my gosh.
That's a critical hit. So that's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my goodness.
Are you unconscious?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Oh.
So Kimmy and Bri are unconscious. All right. When you collapse, the hand just lets go. Like, all right.
Of course it does. I'm down. It doesn't care anymore.
All right. The card is like, "Wah!" So after those go, Kimmy, I need a death saving throw.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh,
Okay.
not good. All right.
So Kimmy does not look like she's in good shape. Crona, you hear from behind you, like suddenly things seem to be going poorly for your friends, and you hear, "Oh, looks like you may watch them all die. I thought you'd be the first one to drop."
So mean.
Freaking shadow.
Cullen, why did you make these character choices?
What are you gonna do, Crona? Your friends seem to be in very big trouble at the moment.
Well, let's see. Well, there's still this thing in front of me.
There is. But you could run from it and go and try to help your friends. What are you gonna do?
Am I able, so wait, can I double move when I run from the thing, or?
You could take a dash, or you could disengage, which would alleviate you getting hit, and you could move toward your friends, or you could dash, which would give you double movement, but it could try to swing at you from behind.
Okay, I guess I'll disengage,
All right.
and then I'll go to the thing, or whatever.
All right, so your movement is what, 30 feet?
Yeah. I think like here is where I get.
Just check something. Action. Uh-huh. All right. Yeah, so you take the disengage action and then you can move your 30 feet. So you run across toward your friends. All right. So after Crona, Dustin, you look around. You see Crona run into view, and you see Kimmy and Bri both collapse to the ground, unconscious.
And I got a throat.
You do have one at your throat.
Can I don't know how unarmed strikes work. Can I just reach up and like do an unarmed strike and try to like crush this thing to death in my big burly hands?
Sure. So you could roll an attack, and I will double check. I always love when it's like, see under this. Okay.
Because let's see, I was looking at D&D Beyond. It says my unarmed strike is +5 to hit and 4 damage.
Yes, because it's your strength. It's going to be basically your strength modifier in damage. But let me just double check this. Unarmed strike. 195.
It says you are proficient with your unarmed strike.
Yes. So you roll to attack. You get your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier added to it.
Okay.
And
So it's just going to be a +5. I guess I'll just roll this because I don't know. I got a 12.
so you will miss with your 12. And the little hand hangs on. All right. So after you, Bri, make me a death saving throw.
How do I do that?
All right. So you're going to roll a Constitution roll. So you're going to just straight up... Oh, so you have 1 success. So you're going to mark off 1 success. If you get 3 successes, you're unconscious but alive, and you'll wake up after a short amount of time. If you roll 3 failures, you're dead. So, all right. The zombie, now that you have run away, Crona, it seems to get distracted and starts kind of gnawing on one of these fallen villagers that they already took out.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the clawing hands. This one has let go of Kimmy. It's going to go after this other guard that's coming this way. He's like, ah! What the hell is that thing?
That poor guy.
Oh, all he had to do was stay outside the shop and help, and then Dustin yelled at people and made them mad, and... Alright, so, but he, like, screams, and it lunges at his throat, he swats it in the air, and it lands on the ground, and it does not get him. The one on Dustin will squeeze your throat for 6 bludgeoning, so you take 3. Are you unconscious?
No.
Alright. And then, the one on the guard over here... This guard will fall unconscious.
Oh, no.
And the other one's like, I think we need more help over here.
I want that dog back. He was pretty good.
And this one disengages from its grip on Bri and flies through the air towards Crona. With an 18 to hit you, Crona.
I think that hits me.
Guild hand ever.
I can't see what it did for damage. Oh, there it is. Alright, so you take 5 bludgeoning damage, Crona.
Ow.
And it's holding on to you by the neck. And you hear from behind you, looks like you're gonna die too. You should do something about this before it strangles you to death. Alright, so those were the clawing hands. So the other guards, they start to take an interest in their comrades going down. So this guard is going to run across, and he's going to attempt to slash at the hand that has fallen to the ground. Because this is insane. And he will miss with his spear.
Another one comes over.
He runs in, he hits with his spear, and he will do 5 points of piercing damage to the hand. It will make a saving throw. Needs a 10 or better. It's still alive. This guy just runs across. It's like, oh my god, what's happening here? And their friend will make a constitution roll. And I believe that is a 1, so he takes 2 failed death saves. Alright, so...
This is going incredibly poorly.
Going terrible. Alright, so Kimmy, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to do another death saving throw.
Yes, you are.
There that goes. Well, I'm dead.
So
I'm going to die.
Kimmy stops breathing. Meanwhile, All right, after Kimmy, Crona. You hear, that one bit the dust. Are you next? Crona, what are you gonna do? You have a you have a hand around your throat.
So what do I have to do to get it off? I have to roll a
You
what?
could use your action to just pull it off and toss it away.
That's all you get to do.
That's all you get to do. Or you could let it stay there and attack another one, or you could try to unarm, like just smash it.
Smash your gun.
I guess I'll just take it off of me.
Alright, so you take it off and throw it to the ground. Alright, after... I didn't think these hands would be that dangerous. Dustin.
I'm gonna have to just rip it off my throat, I think. The smashing it didn't work. I want to hit it with an axe, but I can't swing an axe at my own throat.
Good. This might not end well.
What could possibly go
Leverage is
wrong?
on that. So I'm gonna take my action, throw it off.
Okay.
I guess that's it.
Alright.
Just
So, Bri, make me another death save.
Oh, no.
yes.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. Then, let's see. The creepy crawly hands. Alright. So, the one on Crona, you threw it down, so it's going to lunge at you again. And it hits you again. For 5 points of bludgeoning damage, Crona. And it is attached at the throat. This one is also, well, yeah, it also tries to... Oh, hell. 4 more points of bludgeoning damage, Crona.
Okay, I am knocked out.
Okay, this is good. So as you fall over, you hear, "Oh, see you too," and then the shadow dissolves. So you are at 0 life points.
This was the quickest campaign ever.
I know, it's great.
Hey, first session.
All right, so that one. The guard's like, "Oh my god, they both are down," and the one in front of you, Dustin, gets a 7 as it leaps up at you. And
No good.
This time you swat it
No
away.
good.
The one by Kimmy's body will leap up and will attach to the guard and does 4 points of bludgeoning damage. The guard tries to scream, but it closes off his airway. And then the guards are going to attack. Let's see. First one attacks and will miss the creeping hand. Second one will attack. This guy hits the little creepy hand. He does 8 points of damage. I need a 13 on my roll. That hand is just not going to die. This guard will jump in and attack the hand that knocked his friend unconscious. And will just hit. And will do 2 points of damage. And I need to make a saving throw. Well, it's only a 7 I need for this guy, but... Oops, that's the wrong one. Hang on. But he still makes it. So he is still alive. And I will roll... Well, we'll use that roll as a constitution save for the guard. This guard wakes up with 1 hit point.
Wow. Not be choked again.
Yeah, his eyes come open. He's... All right. And then... Let's see. Crona, you need to roll a constitution saving throw to see if you're dying. All right, so you take 1 success. So you need 3 successes to stabilize. Dustin, you are not being choked at the moment by this stupid creeping hand that's at your feet.
Under his breath, he whispers a quick prayer to say Lune, and then he's going to take a big swing at the one that's been choking him to death.
Okay.
And we'll see how he does. Let's see. Oh my goodness gracious! This is terrible.
All right. So, Bri, make me a saving throw. All right. So that's 1 failure. So that's not bad. So you're doing okay, but you kind of struggle a little under, but you're still breathing. All right. And then the creeping hands. So Crona is down. All right. So they're gonna go after these guards first. The guard on the ground gets hit and is unconscious again. He's like, up, down. The next guard will miss. So that guard is still okay. The one on the ground near you, Dustin, rolls an 11 to hit you. So you swat it again as it tries to jump up at you. And then the one by where Kimmy is down does jump up and gets on this guard and does 3 points of bludgeoning. It's holding on to him and it's choking him, but he is alive still. All right. So then the guards are going to... This guard reaches into a pouch, leans over Kimmy, and pours something down Kimmy's throat.
Oh.
And he says, "She's gonna owe me for this one, but Jesus, these things are terrifying."
Yeah.
All right, so Kimmy will... Boop. All right. That never works. Hang on. That one. All right. So he pours this liquid down your throat. Your eyes fly open. You have 1 hit point.
Oh, okay.
And he leans down and says, "I'll send you a bill. Get the hell back in this fight."
Thumbs up.
All right. The other 2 guards, the one throws this hand down on the ground next to him, and the other guard is going to attempt to kill it. Why doesn't this thing just die? And he completely misses.
Oh, yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
That's why it won't die, sir.
Yes. Meanwhile, the guard down at the bottom also misses. So, we are back at the top with Kimmy. You are conscious at 1 hit point.
Okay. I am going to use Cure Wounds on myself then. Let's see. 1d8. Oh,
Ooh.
okay. I'm back to max HP.
Nice.
So, Kimmy wakes up and all the wounds start to close as the magical energy washes over you.
Excellent.
You
Can I
look
stand
over-
up on this turn as well?
Yeah, you can use a movement to stand up. So half
Okay.
a move. So you still have half a move if you want to move away from anything.
No. I'm good where I am.
All right. So after Kimmy, Crona, make me a saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
That will be 1 failure. Dustin, this hand will not die.
Utter rage. Straight down. Try to cut it right in half. 23.
That hits.
And 8 points of damage.
All right. So you slash into it. And it's still there.
Oh my god.
What you... Oh.
All right. So
Doesn't even have any fingers left.
It's just
That's
it's
actually a
like
good question.
it's like they're flimsy now. Like you've kind of made the appendages longer, where you keep cutting, but it's just sort of like waddles towards you now, like determined to kill you.
Amazing.
All right, Bri, make me a death save, Constitution saving throw. You wake up with 1 hit point, Bri.
Yay.
So you are at 1 hit point and awake. That's fantastic. But you're lying there, like you're looking up at Dustin, like with his back to you, and your throat is killing you, but you're alive. You're breathing.
Yes, but I can't stand up now because that would provoke an attack of opportunity.
No, in this edition, you can use half your movement to stand up. You do not provoke.
Sweet. Then I'm gonna stand up and just back away a little.
Well, if you back away, you do provoke.
Okay, then I'll just stand up.
All right, so you climb to your feet and are alive. Meanwhile, the hands will attack.
Or maybe I should play dead.
One hand will attack the guard that is still there. Oh, it hits the guard that's there fighting and does 3 bludgeoning damage. So he is now caught by the throat. All right, the one in front of Dustin will lunge at Dustin and hit him.
Yep.
For 4 bludgeoning, so 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So it grabs onto you.
I'm still up.
You are still up. The one in the back will attack the guard back there. Oh, critical hit on the guard in the back. For 4 points of bludgeoning damage, this guard is unconscious.
Oh no.
These hands are scary. And then the hand on Bri. A 19 to hit you, Bri.
Yep.
You stand up, and you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage and fall back down.
Okay.
So Bri is unconscious again.
Let's
Pick things up and put them down. All right, but it lets go when you collapse because you're dead and there's other targets for it to go after. So the guards, this guard will throw the hand to the ground. This other guard will make a saving throw and die, as he does not survive the saving throw. This guard will make a saving throw. He has 1 success. All right, and then the 2 at the back are going to move around this thing, and they're going to attempt to just kill it. So they will both attack. First attack will hit and does 6 points of piercing damage. The hand will make it save. And then
Are
the
you
second...
sure you're rolling these right?
I am rolling them right, unfortunately. He will hit and do 4 points of piercing damage, and the hand will still stay alive. His hands are insane.
The most hilarious thing ever.
It is hilarious.
If by hilarious you mean terrible, then yes.
All right, so the guards don't know what to do about this. They're starting to panic a little bit now, and they're yelling at their comrades, "Get the hell over here! These things are really dangerous." And the moneylender's like, "I'm not paying you to all die."
I certainly hope not.
But the others are going to move to position themselves in a protective pattern because these hands look like they're very, very deadly. Kimmy, what are you going to do? Things are looking dire.
Well, I'm going to use Produce Flame again, and I'm going to try and hit the crawling claw just across from me
Okay.
with it. We shall see how that goes.
That will hit.
There you go.
Excellent. Okay. Oh, max damage.
All right,
Yeah.
let's see if that
Okay.
hand is destroyed.
please.
All right, I need 13.
Oh my god.
So now it is crispy crittered but still moving.
So Kimmy throws this fire and she says, "My dad's a real handyman. You're nothing." And she's like, "I beat it." And then it gets back up and she's like, "Oh no."
The guard standing close by is like, "Yes! Oh, hell, I think we should run and lock the doors." All right, so Crona, make me another death save.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, that's better.
So how many successes are you at?
That's 2.
All right. And how many failures? Just the one?
Just the one.
All right. So you got 2 and 1. All right. So after Crona, Dustin, you are currently have a hand around your neck.
So if I move while it's squeezing me, does that provoke?
No.
All right.
You're not leaving the threatened space. It's just continuing to threaten you.
Okay. I'm going over here. I see my buddy come up. I'm gonna flank with him, and then I'm gonna toss mine to the ground.
Well, Crona's still down. Crona's not up.
Oh, not awake. Not up.
But you could get to. Well, Bri's not up either. So.
No one's up.
No one's up.
Okay, wait. And then I have a question about this gazebo. Is this a bridge? Is that?
It's like a little wooden pathway that leads up into the gazebo. It's like kind of like steps up.
Are these raised like a handrail?
Yes.
I'm gonna go, since my buddy's not up. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna get up on this handrail.
Okay.
Or like, well, not on the handrail, but on the thing, and then I'm gonna throw the hand over the handrail.
Okay, just make me a strength athletics check just to bound up onto there. Like, you've got advantage, I think, because you're raging.
Yeah, I do.
Now, do you throw it toward Kimmy?
No, the other side, away from everyone.
Okay.
So athletics check with advantage, 21.
All right. Yep. So you just run and leap up onto it. So you're like standing about maybe 6 feet above the ground on top of the rail, which now makes you like 12 feet tall. Almost 13. And the hand lands on the ground. Bri, you need to make me a Constitution save. Your saves reset because you came back.
I figured.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay!
So
Fail.
Bri is struggling to breathe at the moment. And then the crawling hands. So Crona's down. Alright, this hand will attack this guard. And will hit. This guy's like, oh, save me, help. And then he can't talk as it suctions onto his face. This one's going to join the fun. And will hit. And does 5 points of bludgeoning damage, which will not kill him. He is still conscious. But in very bad shape. One's got him from the front of the neck, one's got him from the back of the neck, and he's just gurgling unintelligibly. This guard in the back will make his Constitution save. He gets another success. He's hanging in there. And this one will jump at this guard back here. Jeez. I'm rolling like fire on these guys.
Brat.
I know, I'm sorry. This one takes 2 points of damage. And Dustin, this one scuttles up and leaps at you. And gets a 21 to hit you.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And does 1 point of bludgeoning damage because you take half.
I'm at 0 hit points. I don't know how this works.
You collapse to the ground unconscious.
So there's no staggered stuff.
No, you just fall unconscious on the ground.
Does he fall over the handrail?
Yes, he does. He lands on the ground on the other side of the handrail. So, Kimmy, you look around and every one of your party members is like lying on the ground at the moment.
Yikes.
It's like, wait, what? The guards are like, holy hell! Kill him! This guard throws this down. The other guard runs in to help. These two guards are going to just attack this thing with everything they have, just hoping that they kill it.
Okay.
The first guard will hit with his spear. He does 7 points of damage. I need a 12. Please roll an 11. That hand is destroyed.
Finally.
All right, so that hand goes down. So this guard is like, oh! And he'll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He gets to this guard, and he's like, hold on, I'm going to get it. And he stabs at the hand, one of the hands on his neck. Actually hitting the hand, almost piercing his comrade's neck in the process. And he does 8 points of piercing damage. All right, so I need a 12 for it to die. All right, let's see. And that hand is destroyed.
Yes.
The tables are turning. And then this guard will, seeing his other friend have success, he lunges in with his spear. And he stabs. And he just hits. And does 8 points of piercing damage. So I need a 12 for it to die. The tables have turned. The hands are all dying. There's only one hand left alive. And it's currently over by the unconscious form of Duston.
Okay.
All right, so then let's see, Kimmy. You look around and you're like, you see that like the spear is just sticking through the hands like around you, and it's like, oh.
All right. Then Kimmy's gonna run over to the footpath over there. Get sort of above where Dustin is unconscious.
Okay.
Use her bonus action to create a magic stone, and she's gonna sling it down at the crawling claw down there.
Okay.
Character sheet wants to open up. There we go.
A 13. You just hit it.
Oh, excellent. All right.
All right.
Damage.
I need to roll a 12 or lower for it to die. It is not dead. All right, Crona, make me a death save. Kimmy, do you have any movement left to run back away? Because you're above it. You're not in, like, you went up the little ramp, so you're above it.
Well,
Let's see.
oops.
Yeah, I have 1 point of movement, so I'm just gonna go to the other side.
Okay. Crona, you now have 2 death failures and 2 death saves.
Oh my god.
All right. Dustin, make me a death saving throw. Ooh, that will be 1 success. And Bri. A lot of unconscious party members tonight. That's a death failure. How you doing there, Bri?
2 fails, 0 successes.
All right. So,
This is nasty.
the creeping hand is going to attempt to lunge at Kimmy. Gets a 10.
Oh, it misses.
So it tries to come up and over the railing, and it lunges at you, and you duck, and it swats off the railing and kind of flops to the ground. And then, so the guards are like, oh no! So one of the guards, he's going to, kind of stumble to the ground next to Crona, and he attempts to, resuscitate you. So.
Alright. Go on.
Alright,
Wow.
he stabilizes you.
Scheisse.
Yeah, so Crona, you are not dying. You're still unconscious, but you are not dying.
Awesome. So I don't need to make a save
Yep.
anymore?
This other one runs over and he tries to resuscitate Bri. But Bri, you are still in trouble. So this one looks over and he yells up behind. He's like, "Kill that hand before it gets the gnome!" And then he's going to try and help Bri. And he's just not doing anything useful at this point. All right, so
He like throws dirt on her wounds. This will stop the bleeding.
so these 2 guards come running in, and one will attack with his spear and miss. This is just... Oh, and the second one will hit. He does 5 points of damage. I need a 9 or less. The hand dies. All right, so let's see. That was the hands. The guards did. That was the guards. Kimmy, it's your turn.
Yes.
So it looks like Bri is in trouble at the moment.
Okay. Then I'm going to run over there, and I'm going to try medicine check to stabilize her.
Okay.
I don't know how good my medicine is. Let's see. Relatively. So, fingers crossed.
You just managed to get her breathing. So
Thank
she
goodness.
is unconscious, but she is not dying.
Okay.
All right. Crona, you are unconscious. Roll me a d4.
Oh, just roll a d4?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Without any other aid, you will wake up in 3 hours.
All right then.
Dustin, make me a death saving throw.
Natural
You
20.
wake up with 1 hit point. You come to consciousness. You're just lying on the ground, looking up through the trees. You look to your left, and there's this desiccated dead hand just lying there, not moving.
Can I get up?
You can.
I go over to these guards.
You're out of initiative, as everyone is either stabilized or conscious now.
There's so many zombies, though.
Casey, just roll me a d4.
Me?
Yeah.
Sorry. First part cut out.
All right, so without any outside healing, you'll wake up in 2 hours.
Okay.
All right, so the guards look at the fallen members of the group, and one of the guards that's on the ground starts to twitch, and his hand starts to move, and his legs start to move, and the guard's like, "Oh, I think he's okay. Oh my god, I think he's not okay. He's not okay." All right, you just chop his head off. And you realize that looking around, it looks like some of these other villagers that are dead look like they're starting to move and get up too.
I'm gonna start chopping heads off.
The guard's like, "Why don't we pick up these unconscious people that aren't dead and get inside? We'll worry about what to do next." And one of them just picks up Bri and kind of is carrying her, and then 2 of them grab Crona and start dragging him.
Kimmy grabs Bri's feet and just sort of carries them on her shoulders.
I'll grab Bri.
And so they're gonna head back, and the moneylender's like, "No, you're supposed to defend the shop." And one of them's like, "We could do just as well with crossbows from inside at the windows." And they just start forcing their way inside, and so you guys all kind of go inside to regroup and figure out your next move.
Long rest.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
Oh boy.
So you have 2 unconscious party members, and
God,
you guys are now hunkered down inside of the moneylender shop. He stays upstairs as Dustin is downstairs, and he seems exceptionally terrified of Dustin at the moment.
Good. Should be. I asked the guards for healing potions.
They kind of look at each other and look at you.
Uh-oh.
I don't know that we have any.
lies.
Is there a priest in this town?
What? Priest? Oh, the priests are down at the temple of the goddess of the prophecy and light, down on the other side of the river.
Oh, great. So we're really just screwed.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
I think the sheriff headed down to the farmlands too this morning. Him and his deputies aren't even here.
Of course.
Oh no.
Yeah, I saw him leaving myself just at dawn.
So these guards are clearly of limited use to us. Not useless, obviously. I wouldn't say that, but I want to start rummaging around this house and see if there's anything that would be useful. Like maybe even pushing desks in front of the doors and stuff like that.
You hear from upstairs, "What are you doing down there?"
Securing the premises.
Well, don't break anything. If you break it, I'm going to have to send you a
I'm
bill.
gonna break your mouth if you don't shut up. There you go.
It gets very quiet upstairs. One of the guards looks at you all and says, why did this happen? What's going on? I don't understand. Why are the dead walking?
It's not really my area of expertise.
I know about things dying, but not so much about things coming back to life.
If I wasn't unconscious, I could help you guys a little.
Can we do anything to wake them up?
So if you have any way to give them healing potions or something, then yes. You have to restore at least 1 hit point to them.
I don't think I have anything that will let me do that. I already fed both my
Yeah. I mean, I'm out of healing spells.
Do you think it's maybe that weird music maybe that's doing this? I've never heard it before, and now all the dead people are walking around.
Wait, there's more weird music going?
Yeah,
Right.
like
The
the fiddle.
flute this
The
morning.
fiddle is still going.
Fiddle.
Like over, like it's still playing.
I thought it was a flute. Okay.
Where? Oh, well, where did it sound like the fiddle was coming from?
Make a like an insight check for me.
Insight check. Investigation. Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's good.
One actually called insight.
So you kind of could tell it sounded like it was coming from the north, like from outside of town.
Towards the castle.
Yeah, you guys know that the north of town, the castle is kind of to the northeast, and to the west, like northwest is a crossroads and the town signpost and the bridge, and further north, almost directly north of the village is Raven's Rest, which is the town cemetery, and then to the southeast is the Temple of Selune, which is where all the priests and things like that stay. The sheriff has apparently gone south to the farms for some reason this morning with his deputies. And then the counselor lives just outside of town across the river in his estate. So the Murick family holds an estate outside of the town limits. And he's kind of the leader of the town, sort of like the mayor.
Okay.
Well, I really think our best bet is to kind of hold up and wait till our companions wake up, and then
I think so too.
relax if we can. Take it easy. Rotate guards looking out the windows.
Okay. So you guys can take a short rest, which is you take an hour, and you can roll your hit dice, which you roll your hit dice and add your Constitution modifier, and you get hit points back. The unconscious members of the party can also do that. Yep, and you will wake up after 3 hours. Both Crona and Bri will have woken up. Well, Crona's 3, so.
Okay.
So I roll what? Sorry, Constitution modifier?
You roll your hit dice for your character, which you're a ranger, so I think you're a D8.
Okay.
And then you add your Constitution modifier to whatever you roll.
Okay.
And just make a note that you spent your hit dice for today.
That's fine. That's not
We
right.
only have one, right?
Yeah, because you're first level.
Holy moly, I got mad. So, when I wake up, I'll have a 1.
Jeanette, what dice is mine?
So for Crona, your hit dice is...
Is it a D10?
I believe so, but let me double check.
I'm
If
only
you
one
are
shy of
a blood hunter.
that.
Yep, so you roll a D10 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay, that's 8.
All right. So
Would
yeah. What's up?
Would I do it 3 times or just the 1 time? Because I'm still asleep for 3 hours instead of 1.
You only roll it once, so you get 1 hit dice for every level you have as a character, and you can only spend 1 per long rest.
Okay, I see.
So now if
Okay.
you guys rest again, you'd have to take a long rest to get any kind of healing.
Okay, so when I wake up, I'll have 8 hit points.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
How long's the long
You'll,
rest?
You'll have 8 plus your Constitution modifier. A long rest would be 8 hours.
Okay.
Oh, so I'll have 10.
Yes, you'll have 10 hit
Okay.
points. All right. So you all rest for a couple of hours. You wait for your friends to wake up. You patch up each other's wounds. Go ahead.
In the meantime, can I use my Tinker's tools to find some materials around the shop and make a tiny music box?
Okay, roll me an investigation check to find some pieces.
Okay. Let's see here.
Alright, so.
Okay, so you poke around, and it kind of doubles as kind of a pawn shop and money, because he loans money and he'll take goods. So you find a handful of things that you think you can use. Go ahead and roll me a Tinker's check to try and piece together a small music box.
What would I use for that?
So do you have Tinker's tools?
Yes, I do.
All right, so you would roll, I believe those are dexterity based. You would roll your dexterity and add your proficiency modifier if you're proficient with Tinker's tools.
Okay. Click on it. Oh no. It's awful.
All right, so you managed to cobble together this little box, but the tune it plays is like off key, like it's kind of like and then it kind of stutters and picks up again.
I was trying my best to replicate the music that we heard.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work very well, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely needs a little bit of work and fine tuning.
Oh, if only my dad was here.
So I would like to do some kind of check on the undead things that are.
All right, what are you trying to figure out?
Why they might be here?
Okay, so roll me roll me knowledge nature, but you get advantage because it's for undead, which are your favorite enemy.
Well, that sucks.
No, it just means you're very confused. Like, this should not be happening. This is unnatural. This is
Yeah, they're undead.
But even in this number, like, you know that there are magic users that can raise dead and do this, but these are like insanely numbers. And not only that, your friends tell you that bodies that died almost immediately started to come back without anyone around doing it. So there's some kind of large area effect happening here. Something big is happening in this town. So what is your plan? What do you want to do?
I think we should try to sneak out here and go find this fiddler on the roof.
I think so too. I'm gonna throw this music box at his freaking head.
We're gonna go traipsing off to the cemetery.
What could possibly go wrong?
I know.
We almost died in the middle of town.
Oh, no.
Well, all the zombies are down here, so...
That's true.
Well, we don't know that. We're gonna go to the undead are everywhere, and we're gonna go to the cemetery.
They might have all cleared out by now.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. They all left.
Yeah, I doubt it.
All right, so we'll say for we're gonna roll this up for this time. We're gonna say that you guys are preparing to sneak out of town and try to find out what's the bigger cause of this, and maybe put a stop to it. So for next session,
Hopefully.
we'll pick up with your mad escape from the village. All right.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, you're all not dead.
Oh man,
It was close.
that was the first time I've ever had a character die.
And there was only one Revivify potion in play. Just one. So that wasn't too bad. But all right, so we will pick up next time with the characters trying to make their escape. You guys will get to level up to level 2 for next session.
Oh my god.
Thank goodness.
Yep.
Oh, dang.
So we'll be coming
Being
back
level 1, I forgot how awful it was.
Right?
The hands were very lucky. I think the hands did a lot of good lucky saves to stay in the combat.
They had their fingers crossed the entire time.
They did.
Ha!
They really did. But so we'll pick this up. We're gonna come back in 2 weeks. So Sunday, April 8th, we'll come back 4:30 p.m. It'll probably be hope another 2.5 hour session. And I hope everybody had fun. I hope that everybody watching enjoyed it. This is my first attempt DMing live, and I had a good time.
Good
So
job.
thank you. I hope everybody else
cool.
did.
First time ever playing live.
Yes. So so thank you, everybody. Does anybody? I know Dylan, you're on Twitter. Do you want to say anything about the things you're doing?
I play with Jeanette in Sean McGovern's Tomb of Annihilation game, which we should be playing next Saturday, I assume.
I hope so.
Hopefully. So look forward to that. It's really fun.
And the rest of you guys are new to this, so you guys aren't on or anything like that. But
So don't have Twitter because...
maybe we'll get you involved in some other live games now. So, all right. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Everybody have a good time. Thanks for coming in, and we are going to go offline, and I'm just going to put up a little bit of credits for the different things and different items I use for the stream when I do this. So thanks again, and we'll see everybody 2 weeks from now, and hopefully these guys are successful at second level. All right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.